My approach always is to think about 2-3 things. One is node में क्या store करेंगे, what will we save in node. Second is how will we merge that value. People underestimate implementation details. It's wise to spend time on getting your implementation strong. How many of you are confident on lazy segmentary? Confident? Today's lecture is on range queries, so we'll probably talk a little bit about how exactly different problems are modeled. I don't think there is much value in me coming and teaching you the basics of segmentary and all those things. How many of you know what is a segmentary? Cool, okay. So I don't need to teach that. So that's the assumption for today's class, that you know what is a segmentary and I don't need to talk about it. And probably some basic intermediate forms. Generally, most of the segmentary problems that you possibly take is essentially building some merge logic in the node, right? Let's suppose you are merging the sum of the two sides or min of the two sides, right? I think you would have also solved problems where you have to find the maximum range sum in L to R. I don't know if you have solved that. Given an array, you have to find in the range L to R, find the subarray that has the highest sum. How many of you can solve this? Right? The idea is you have the node where you try to keep for that segment the best suffix, the best prefix, the best answer and the total sum. The idea is to keep whatever is required so that you can merge, right, and build the answer, right? What more kind of things have you seen in the node structure that are saved? Any other thing? Best pairs, okay, two numbers that gets to the best, okay, next, what more? Okay, pair, two subarrays maintaining together, okay, makes sense. Most frequent value, okay. So I don't know if you know about this, like if you want to find majority element in an array also, you can find out. Do you know about majority element? Which element is present the maximum number of times in the range L to R? How do you do it? The question is, find the majority element in the range L to R. So you are saying that maintain a map of the segment. Okay, but then the problem is when you have to go through L to R, I think one concept that many of you, while even discussing contest, I felt was unclear is when you are maintaining sets is fine. For that range, you have the answer. But in segmentary, we have to merge login nodes, right? So now when you have things like this, that there are these ranges that you have to merge, there are almost O of n elements in this, and you cannot traverse and merge. N by 2 possibly. Merge sort tree, I think you might have read about it a little bit, that you maintain the sorted things in that set, and that's like only for few use cases. It's not like you can throw in for everything, like map dal do jiska bhi chahiye count, right? That's not the direct way that you do it. So how do you essentially find majority? Persistence segmentary will see codes and will understand the idea. That is one full complete topic, plus I'll drop in a lot of ideas of segmentary, so that by the end of this session, you have so many different more tools, or like you can say forms of segmentary are unlocked for you. Majority, very good idea. How many of you have solved this famous interview problem called majority finding in an array? How many? Proper raise of hands. Okay, so it's a solution. I think the class of problem is showing is Las Vegas. What in reality will happen in most companies, you'll get rejected. Okay, okay. So random is a good solution because in most probabilistic case it will find the solution, but it's not a deterministic solution. What more? Voting algorithm. That you basically you maintain the current majority and the vote for it. If somebody votes in the favor, you increase the vote. Say 5 is the majority right now. You have seen a 5. A 5 comes, he says, okay, +1 to it. I say 2 of them. But if somebody comes as 3, they will say that, okay, vote minus. So it will become 1. If somebody again comes and say it's not 5, it will become 0. If then again a 3 comes and the vote is 0, it will replace the majority and then become the majority now. So this is the majority finding algorithm for a linear array. Can we do it on segmentary possibly? Think of it. Majority is something that is present greater than equal to n by 2 times. A majority element is something that is present in the array greater than equal to n by 2 times. Yeah, so 3, 3, 2. So the vote for 3 would be initially 1. Yeah, so 2 will be so currently 2 will have the majority vote. 2 will have 1. Now this algorithm doesn't say that what it finds is the majority. It says if the majority exists, it will be this number. Because if the majority exists, then it has to be greater than the n by 2, at least half of the elements, right? It's the element that has greater than n by 2, majority, right? So if the majority exists, it will be the number that ends over here, because even no matter how many minus ones comes to it, it has to persist at the end, right? Okay, that might be a good idea. Or koi idea? Easier, there is an easier solution actually. अरे तुम वो वेक्टर रखी क्यों रहे हो? ये जो वोट काउंट है ये भी डाल दो नोड में. If you want, there is a node on the left side that is saying कि 3 is present, 3 is majority by 5 votes. इधर बोल रहा है 5 is majority by 3 votes. तो what will be the final winner? With how many votes? 2 votes, right? 2 extra votes. So how many extra are we having currently is what you maintain. And finally, जो भी node, like no matter what you change and all in the range, you can always get the majority at the top. And check करना तो easy है. You can maintain a frequency of whatever is happening at the array. Got it. So from there you can get the count, but this is not the count. This is the vote, right? Vote मतलब यहाँ पर हो सकता है कि 3 6 बार आ रहा था, but then यहाँ पर 2 एक बार आया, तो उसने एक वोट कैंसिल कर दिया. Majority algorithm में क्या था कि if somebody comes apart from the majority, your vote decreases, right? We are running the same algorithm, just on a segment. Same वाले add होंगे, other वाले subtract होंगे. क्या पता इसमें और कुछ आया हो, कहीं और भी आ सकता है. Depends on the problem, right? So if these two are the same value, then the vote will add. If they are different, then the vote will differ and the majority will remain. By that you will find whatever node is at the top, that is the best potential majority. What we are storing in each node, generally when you are solving a segment tree problem, my approach always is to think about 2-3 things. One is node में क्या store करेंगे, what will we save in node. Second is how will we merge that value. And third is how will we compute the answer, whatever is required. Okay? It might not be directly what is stored in the segment tree. What you essentially store is in the segment tree, you see it like this range L to R. It is a tree ID stored in some array. We know how it is implemented. And L to R is the responsibility region of that segment tree node. So of that node, what are you storing? You are storing what is the potential majority and how much major vote it has, right? And based on this, you are merging. You are running the same algorithm as this. So for any L to R, whatever you will find, it will be a potential one. And then you can separately check it. Did you guys get this? You can maintain a map of the positions of the elements in the array, and you can do lower bound, upper bound. If the array is changing, you can maintain some sort of set or ordered set if you require. Okay? Right? So these are different kinds of problems that are built in segment tree. Practice more on this form. Majority of questions you will see is just simple numbers. Probably you will maintain all of bits, मतलब 20 bits maintain हो रहा है हर node में. ऐसे problems, I don't know how many of you have seen. Xenia and bit tree, I think probably would be one problem. Standard question है. So matrix multiplication हो रहा है, that kind of questions are also there. So practice these things. I think I'm just giving you more ideas to think कि कभी कुछ आया तो ऐसा सोचना, possibly, right? So that's merging के ऊपर जो problems बनते हैं, like these are the harder merging problems जो भी बनते हैं, possibly. The next class of problems that you will see in segment tree is possibly something called as tree descent. I think it's just a fancier name. You might already know what this is. So if you want to find kth of something in a segment tree, say for an example, you have an array which contains 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, and obviously things are changing, bits are flipping, and you need to find the kth one from the start. How will you do it? You start from the root node and you see, okay, how many ones are there? यहाँ पर total 3 है, यहाँ पर 1 है, यहाँ पर 2 है. Obviously last level nodes are the, I'm not drawing them. This is 1 again, this is 1 again, this is 2. So if we need the fourth one, we know that इस तरफ गए तो 3 मिलेगा. So the fourth will lie on this side. And now in this side, we need to search the first. So this is exactly how you use tree descent. First element greater than x is possibly also what you can find, right? If you are searching for, say, first element greater than 5, and इधर वाला 4 है, maximum, you maintain the max in each node. So if you know इस side max 4 है तो इधर ही जाना है, नहीं तो इधर जाना है. So this is what we call as tree descent method. Fancy name. Idea simple है, but you need to know this, right? So this is the second form. Lazy base, I think lazy segment tree, I don't know how many of you are confident on lazy segment tree? Confident. Lazy mein there are multiple ideas again. I think probably many of you have solved questions where there is single lazy, right? Being maintained कि अच्छा एक value का lazy maintain करना and then push down. In this, in segment tree you have to search the node logic. In lazy you have to think about push, like lazy is merge. यहाँ पर lazy रखा हुआ है, इसको दोनों में push करने का क्या तरीका होगा और इसको apply करने का क्या तरीका होगा. So if for an example there is a lazy 5 and the sum is being stored, तो ये 5 इस sum को कैसे change करेगा, and if there are nodes below it and there are pre-written lazies on that, how will this lazy push down and merge with this lazy? This is the two things that you have to decide. If these both can be done correctly in order one, that's a lazy problem. एक तो डिटेक्शन भी इंपॉर्टेंट होता है. लोग ऐसे अंधा ऐसा लेजी नहीं कोड कर देना है, मतलब कुछ भी प्रॉब्लम दिखा सेगमेंटरी का, लेजी कोड कर दिया. इट्स नॉट दैट वे. यू हैव टू जस्ट थिंक कि कैन यू डू दीज टू थिंग्स? कैन यू अप्लाई द लेजी ऑन टू द वैल्यू, build the new value? Say you have to make the range all of them as 5. So you know the L to R of this node. So you know if all of them are 5, the new sum will be the number of elements into 5. So you can build the sum. And isko 5 kara, and some previous query has 3 left over here. So if you set something 5, the 5 will override this. So you can merge the lazy values as well. So this can be solved with a lazy. Okay? So this is where you build the lazy logic altogether. Third form, merge sort tree based. I think you would have heard about merge sort tree before. जो I think some of you were already telling me कि node पे map रख देंगे, set रख देंगे, vector रख देंगे, right? That is merge sort tree logic that you have. Let's suppose this is responsible for whatever this much, and this will be generally complete only. But then, and then you basically merge these two things to save a sorted vector, and possibly you can use it for multiple different things. Okay, this is one more idea that comes up. K query O करके problem होगा Spotch पे you can solve. So these are basic ideas that you need to for sure know in Segmentary. These are there as a tool to use. One more tool that I missed over here, it's not Segmentary related, it's general coordinate compression somebody mentioned. Everybody knows coordinate compression. So this problem we'll try to solve. Anyways, have all of you heard about ordered set या PBDS, policy based data structure? Right? So it's a data structure available in, not in STL, but then separately, which can do a lot of like cool things like finding the kth element and like finding out lower bound, upper bounds, all, on lot of different things. मतलब index वगैरह निकल जाता है. Basically index set है, right? Set with the indexes with the values. So if I ask you to build something of that sort with Segmentary, say you can insert a number x, right? And you have to find, very, very simply, you can just do sum of the range L to R. Chalo, ordered set hataate hain. Simply ye problem. If this x is up to 10 to the power 9, even in this kind of problems, what we do is all these inserts that we are getting, we probably try to coordinate compress. Kaise karte hain? How will we do this? Can somebody tell me how do you insert x and find the sum of the values in the range L to R? Kaise karoge? There is a data structure to be designed which has support of insert x into the data structure, find the sum of the values in the range L to R. So whichever value, so if it contains 1, 2, 3, 3, right? You need to find out the sum of these values. जो present hai. We'll take all the inputs offline, basically offline it. We'll get all the required, जो भी relevant values hai. We'll try to map them to integers in a map. And then use those new values because anyways वो change नहीं होंगे, मतलब like the significance doesn't change. We can know that we have mapped, say अगर ये 10 भी है और ये 20 है और 30 है, we can still map कि भाई ये this will map to 1, this will map to 2, this will map to 3, 3, but the values are this, and we can work with that. So that generally is the technique we use for reducing these values. You need to have offline values plus you need to use coordinate compression. Now say queries are online. Online matlab you basically can't get all the queries. Sum बताओगे तब अगला insert मिलेगा. Right? If that is the setup that you have, तो कैसे करोगे? Sparse segmentary करके कुछ होता है? कितने लोगों ने सुना है ये नाम? हाँ, dynamic segmentary possibly, right? So that is one idea that I feel all of you should know about. So probably we'll talk a little bit about implicit or dynamic segmentary. It's basically create when needed. That's the idea. कुछ नहीं है. हमने बोला ना कि this is the, every node is just an ID and it has a responsibility region. When we were doing it on an array, this was indexes of the array. Now we define कि भाई I will just have this for any arbitrary range 1E9. This node is ID'd at let's suppose 1, ठीक है, and it's responsible for node number 1E9 up till this, ठीक है. In fact, this ID doesn't also need to exist. We can have pointers and all if required, but then let's for now think of IDs only. So this is responsible to 1e9. Now suppose somebody asks you to insert 20. तो 20 insert करेंगे तो there will be two parts to this range, right? One will be in the range like half of this to this side, and then 1 to 2 into 10 to the power 8. No, sorry, 5 into 10 to the power 8, right? One node will be for this range, one node will be for 5 into 10 to the power 8 plus 1 to 10 to the power 9. So there will be two nodes responsible. Now if something is getting inserted, तो वो तो इसी साइड जाएगा ना. If 220 is getting inserted or something like that. तो as long as we don't need this side, we don't create this node. So that's why we don't start using IDs. We can, मतलब हम लोग ऐसे next free node ID store करके in an array we can keep the nodes. I don't know how many of you have seen such iterative try implementations. How many of you have coded try? Chalo, nice. So I'll be able to like explain implementation super easily. There are two ways to implement event tries. One is जो भी node आता है you can maintain in an array only. The next is pointers. Because we'll do it with pointers because और tougher चीज भी अभी आ रही है ना. Persistent segmentary will need pointers only. So very simply we know instead of this we have like कि अच्छा this is the root. We know this and इसका left child will point this side, right child will point this side. That's it. Pointers, right? Standard. And it will go to this node. Now 20 add करना है तो it will correspondingly break down again and possibly इधर break करते करते कहीं पर एक node आएगा which will be responsible for 20 to 20 and उसमें हम लोग insert करेंगे भाई 20 is present one times, right? And in each of the intermediate node we will maintain the sum of the total values, right? 20 is available, 20 into 1, 20 is there, total sum is 20, right? And suppose now I insert 5, now next query is insert 5 into 10 to the power 8. So that time also we see that okay it goes left side. You don't need to create anything on this side. You go over this side. अब इस side पे it will keep going on the right till you reach the final node जहाँ पर it's 5 into 10 to the power 8 only. And there you keep that it has one frequency now. Or actually since we are maintaining the sum it will be 20 and 5 into 10 to the power what do you say 8 only. When you come down you can add it again and then this will be this plus 5 into 10 to the power 8, right? This is what you basically maintain in the segmentary and this will also be plus 5 into 10 to the power 8. तो ये side कभी create ही नहीं हुआ. So every node that you are accessing you are possibly going till the root but then उतने ही node create हो रहे जितने चाहिए, right? You are only creating the nodes that are required. So any value till 10 to the power 9 will have like it's halving 32 maximum. So log of x is the maximum number of depth that you will have. So any traversal will have the similar thing. Again let's say for query you get a query that okay you have to sum the range sum like 1 to 10 to the power 1 to 6 into 10 to the power 8, right? Something like this. So you see that this is the range but it's not fully responsible. So you go this side to find the sum and merge it back. इस side पे जाओगे you will see that this node has not been created. अब है ही नहीं तो sum आएगा कहाँ से? There is no sum possible, right? So ये immediately returns 0. So the two things required for implicit segmentary is number one, you possibly need to be able to build a tree, segmentary problem normal जैसे करते हैं, but then the values would be up to 10 to the power 9. The second thing is you should be able to have a default value that returns if something is not created. You should be able to handle that in the tree. If that is clear, then you can go ahead with this. The only problem is log n के जगह log x होता है, right? So this is for the depth. That's it. So that's the only change that happens. Everything else works perfectly, and you don't even need to change anything else in the code. दोनों yeah.
Number of nodes का upper bound क्या होगा?
वो भी same log x. So which one?
Log x into q into log x.
Yeah, q into log x. Because how many of you know the proof that y segmentary has log n complexity in except Varun? Okay, you guys know properly? ये लगता है when you say a query you feel like you are accessing a lot of nodes but it's the same logic in the segmentary also कि उसमें log n क्यों होता है? Because any range अगर तुम इसको atomically you see it as the atomic items, like the final nodes. Last के दो छूट भी जाए, so rest of them will definitely merge up into another node. अगर इस लेवल पे भी एक एक छूट जाए तब भी rest of them will merge up to another node. So every level can have at most 2 items, 2 nodes left. Log n height into 2. तो log n 2 log n होता है. That's why even in this you will have 2 log x. And there is one more part, the number of nodes you are accessing internally, that is also proven to be log n, because that most depth into log x से proof कर सकते हो तुम चाहो तो, both side के frontier से. But I'll not get into too much of proofs. Okay? This is pretty much it. I'll show you implicit segment trees implementation also. It's very very simple. It's just pointer conversion. But वो हम तब देखेंगे जब हम persistent समझ लेंगे उसके बाद. Because anyways we have to do it, and persistence is like one level up on implicit segment tree. Is implicit segment tree clear to everyone? Create on demand, save the aggregates as whatever is needed, and then merge it. You should have some sort of default value when something is not present. The earlier one was create only when needed, whatever is needed. Now we need to make copies, but only for what changes. Shave the delta, probably get like the way you track changes, right? So exact same idea again, that if you have a segment tree, right, and you want to track changes across time, probably I'll show you a simple motivation problem first, and it's a very standard CACS problem only, that set a particular value in a particular array, but there is a query where you have to copy the array, like snap the array, copy and paste, but you cannot go and iterate and copy paste all values, right? And there are some problems where you can deal with some sort of vector for each positions, like snapshot array is a very famous problem in interviews, right? But then this cannot be solved with that. Just to give you a clear motivation on what persistence actually looks for, is very, very crucial. And then there are queries coming in of these types. Probably what we are dealing with over here is, you have an initial array which contains 2, 3, 1, 2, 5. Then the first query executes. I mean, what you are dealing with is an array of array. Make a copy and add it to the end of the list. So it's a list of arrays. Third query comes, which copies the array number 1. So it makes a copy of 2, 3, 1, 2, 5. Okay? And then set the value A in the whatever value changes. There are a bunch of queries in the range sums, right? You have to find the range sum of this in both the arrays, and they come out to whatever value they will come out to. And then there is some change. Change the particular value in array number 2 at position 2 to 5. And then do the same thing. Obviously the array number 1 answer will not change, array number 2 answer will change, right? So this is what we have to support. The only problem is arrays of n size. If all queries are copies, you would have n cross q matrix here, which you can't save. The 5, 6 is the number of queries, 5 is the size of the array, and then there is 3, 1, which is make a copy of 3 is the type of query, copy which array? 1 array into the end. So we can copy any particular array. So this is what we are trying to do. Like maybe somebody will ask me, okay, now copy this array, the first array at the end again, not the last one. And then do some operation here, whichever one can get transformed. So you have to keep track of this without doing the changes. That's what segment tree allows you to do. It maintains some sort of aggregate like the sum for an array which changes across time. So I'll just use one resource I found which has good visualizations. You are basically trying to update some element I gets updated to a new value x at the index x, and you have to find a sum of some range L to R in that query, right? And you can ask for any particular timestamp, which timestamp number sum L to R is there. Now if you could, of course, maintain segment trees of all the timestamps, it would have been really good. So if we could maintain for this, whatever is the segment tree, like let's suppose there is this array, for this there is a segment tree, and then there is a new snap, for that you maintain a segment tree. For the new snap, you also maintain a segment tree. If something changes in this array, you change in this segment tree. You are done with the problem. But then again, the problem is you can neither save the array nor these many segment trees, right? What is the space complexity of segment tree? So the basic fundamental idea is when you change something in this index, let's say over here you change something, right? This segment tree has a node here and it has two sides to it and then obviously more things inside. The change here will only change the nodes from root to leaf over here, right? This part doesn't need to change at all. So when you change, the new tree would be a new snap of the root with the old left side pointing to the same old node, but the new side being created with a new node. Now again over here there will be two sides. One will be responsible for this node, one will be responsible say for this node. Again this node will point to the old one because that didn't change, but whatever changed will have a new snap. So every value that is changing, value to the root path, all the values are updating. So those all new nodes are getting created and the pointers are set to the older nodes for what didn't change. This is what is called persistent segment tree. That's the core essence. This is the sum being stored. This is at a time 0. If you change a particular node, say at time 1 you are trying to update the third value to 8 and then at the next update at the fourth value you want to save at 1. These are the nodes that are being changed and then some other update is also there. The way it saves it is tries to create these new changed nodes separately and try to connect the new changed nodes to the old existing unchanged versions wherever it's not changed. So there is an old unchanged version, us pe connected hai. See, at t equal to 1 the red nodes got changed, red left side got changed, the blue nodes wherever it didn't change are still intact. From t equal to 1, from the red version to green version, the red root changed, the left is still pointing to the red because red was the new thing that changed after it, right? So, ek change ho gaya, so it's a successive change, right? So that has to be there. And then the right side is the new green side that is being created. In memory, probably this is what you will have in your code, like in the pointers, in the heap, right? But then we obviously don't need to go into it. I mean, you can print it if you want. It's just a DFS call on the segment tree to print it. But then this is how like persistence essentially builds. And what you're looking for is this. This is the change. So saving the change is the idea. So the slides that I showed right now, that's linked here, and I'll show you the implementation. One more thing I'll talk about before I move on to is the other problem that was there in today's contest, H, right, which was the replace it with its divisor. There was an observation, converges very, very quickly in 6 moves or 7 moves or so. So you all used set to implement it probably. I think most of you had a separate set that which all indexes are alive. You don't need to do that. Next time you implement it, just do it the beats way. So segment tree with beats has different level of understanding. The basic one is what we'll talk about today, and I'll also give you intuition on the harder one, like which is probably what 27,2800 rated questions ask, right? Which is squeezing the values, right? That's the second form. Update all values to remainder with m. Find the sum of range. How do you solve this? Update a range with modulo. इसमें तो divisor नहीं है. It's not like that. X mod p mod q is not same as. It's not same. X mod y if x is less than y. इसका value क्या आता है? X mod y if x is less than y. Now we are trying to find x mod y if x is equal हो तो 0 हो जाएगा. It doesn't matter. So x is greater than y is the more concerning part. तो इसमें क्या होगा? Less than y. But y can be bigger also ना, like it can be big number also. तो उससे क्या फायदा होगा? मतलब वो तो query में आ रहा है. In fact ये it will be less than x by 2. Why is this the case? Suppose अब क्या है? Y will be greater than x by 2 or y will be less than x by 2. If y is less than x by 2, तो इसका answer will be less than x by 2 होगा. If y is greater than x by 2, think of it. This is the total x. You are taking remainder with something bigger than x by 2. तो remainder will be bigger than less than x by 2. तो ये भी less than x by 2 होगा. तो again the same principle comes into action कि इसमें भी if the max is bigger, the value will strictly half. And just like that 6 step, इसमें क्या 20-30 steps होगा कुछ तो भी. So the way to handle these problems is very, very similar. The way you do it is you let the segment tree go down. That you तुम जाओ अपना नीचे जो value जाके change करके आओ and then merge it back. So for an example, in the problem that we had earlier, उसमें if you knew that if there is any value that is 1 not 1 or 2, if you know the count of the values in the child, and then you maintain some sort of sum, जो भी चाहिए. If there is any value that is not 1 or 2, you let both the tree update their values. But if all values are 1 and 2, then you close the update then and there. So in that case, it will not go down. Same over here. यहाँ पर you are maintaining sum and the max, right? If you get a mod query with m on this node, कि इसके सारे values को mod m करो. If the max is less than mod m, if the max is less than mod m, तो सारे value less than mod m है, तो update तो कुछ करेगा ही नहीं. So no change. If max is greater than mod m, so I am sure कि max half होने वाला है. So let the two nodes get updated. वापस से merge करके मैं sum and max बना लूंगा. Let it do that. We know that this max will half for sure. तो हर node log n times से ज़्यादा बार push कर ही नहीं सकता नीचे, right? Every node can push it down at max log n times, log ai times जो भी है. But that's the maximum times it can happen. This is the exact idea what we call as segment tree with beats. That you have some sort of potential of every node, how many times the update can go to its child or propagate down below. If you think it can, let it go down, let it settle. Once it settles, just kill the queries as early as possible. Basically, for every element in the range x to y, just replace it with its square root. कुछ तो भी converging sequence होने वाला है वापस, right? कब तक 1 नहीं होगा, let it go, and then उसका 1. Is it all 1? So the thing that you maintain is it all 1 or not? Based on that, you kill the queries. So this is basically the fundamental form. इसके बाद जो थोड़ा advanced जब तुम block पढ़ोगे, if you go into segmentary beats on harder problems, the harder forms essentially talks about कि क्या max and second max जो है वो आपस में squeeze हो रहा है कि नहीं, something like that. That अभी हमने क्या बोला कि max decrease हो रहा है by 2. Sometimes what beats work on is कितने सारे distinct value है. If a query makes two values come closer and squeeze together, then over time सारे values same हो जाने वाले हैं. That is something that sometimes lazy plus beats work together. These are advanced form of problem जो तुम्हें blogs and mostly CF पे जितने 2600 plus segmentary problems मिलेंगे उसके 50% तो यही है. I'll explain few more ideas in segmentary. There is one more probably function you will see someday. Totient पता है सबको? So totient of x is also less than x by 2. ठीक है, ये भी कभी-कभी डाल देते हैं, वही same idea. So a lot of problems in segmentary are generally ideas on for a range when you are solving. You solve it when the building happens for the right endpoint or left endpoint. I'll explain. Sweep line, what he was mentioning as the name sweep line is probably the idea. I'll explain. So I think you all have heard the idea that there are some prime powers being maintained and कुछ तो करना है. But the thing is, when you have an array over here, right? Say you want to answer a query L to R, right? So what we will do is we will have this R hits, we will have a segmentary build which maintains the answer for this particular array for all different suffixes, right? इसके लिए कुछ तो भी segmentary रखेंगे, and then once we answer all the queries here, we can possibly add a new element in this segmentary and then possibly answer all the things here if the queries were offline. क्योंकि online है तो we will build all these versions separately in persistence and फिर answer करेंगे. ठीक है, तो अगर offline हो गया तो online भी solve हो जाएगा because persistency add करना है. So suppose you want to know that at R there is some number a of I which has some primes, say 2 to the power 3, 5, 7, some 2, 3 primes are there, right? For finding LCM, for every prime you need to find the max power that has occurred till now. There can be log n primes only, है ना? Limited primes, factorizations. You can build that smallest prime factor sieve and quickly factorize numbers in log n, right? So for every numbers, you can factorize the numbers very, very fast. And for each prime, you can find, okay, you have got 2 to the power 3. So ending at this range, any segment that starts anywhere will have at least 2 to the power 3. The power as 3 for 2, power will be 2. Beyond this point, maybe there was a 2 to the power 4 element present here. Somebody who had 2 to the power 4. So beyond this, you have some sort of 4 available. And maybe there was a 5 also, 2 to the power 5. So this is for 2. For 5, you might have the power of 2. Power of 5 will be something like, there is some till some other place, there will be 5 to the power 2. सो एवरी पावर विल हैव अ रेंज, एवरी प्राइम विल हैव अ रेंज कि इसमें उसका पावर 1 है मैक्स पावर, देन 2 है, देन 5 है, इट विल बी स्ट्रिक्टली इंक्रीजिंग मोनोटोनिक. अच्छा सपोज यहाँ पर एक नया नंबर आया, देयर इज अ न्यू नंबर एंड आई हैव टू चेंज द लाइक फॉर ऑल दीज प्राइम्स डिफरेंट थिंग्स आर स्टोर्ड इन सम सॉर्ट ऑफ फॉर्म, सम सेगमेंट, कहीं तो कुछ है, ठीक है, विल ऐड द सेगमेंट्री लेटर. पहले ये क्वेरी स्ट्रक्चर सीख लो, बिकॉज सॉल्विंग एट एवरी आर एंड मूविंग द थिंग वन एट अ टाइम इज अ वेरी कॉमन स्ट्रक्चर इन सॉल्विंग क्वेश्चंस. सपोज एक नया नंबर आया विच हैज 2 to the power 5 एंड 5 स्क्वायर. तो अब इसके बाद या इस पे 2 to the power 5 आया तो विल दिस बी 3 एनी मोर? फ्रॉम हेयर ऑनवर्ड्स इफ 2 to the power 5 यहीं पर अवेलेबल है, एनीथिंग दैट एंड्स ओवर हेयर टिल दिस मच विल इट बिकम 5? मैक्स विल बी 5, राइट? इसके लिए क्या होगा? सेम, ये 1 and 2 सब पे 2 हो जाएगा पूरा, राइट? बिकॉज it's getting eaten up. So this is the thing that we'll try to maintain, that which segments has what power of that prime, and possibly that we will maintain in some sort of segmentary. People underestimate implementation details. It's wise to spend time on getting your implementation strong, and also wise to spend on learning how to write clearly. Read more codes, try to learn how to implement things faster. Array input, this is standard. क्या हुआ, किसी का इम्प्लीमेंटेशन बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग है क्या? सो एसेंशियली फॉर एवरी नंबर वी आर स्टोरिंग सम सॉर्ट ऑफ स्टेप. मतलब स्टेप क्या है? दैट दिस नंबर हैज 1 2 3 4 अप टिल अ सर्टेन लिमिट m is given in the problem, right? Like for a I, what are the different powers that are possible? I'll show you the main part. तो एक न्यू सेगमेंट्री है, which what does this segmentary store? See, the segmentary has a node. What does it has? A time. Then an answer, which is the product. Whatever is asked, we are saving the product of the primes only. Then left child, right child, the same segmentary logic. So this is a segmentary built on the node structure. When you build a segmentary, if this is not the leaf node, you have to build the left child, right child, split the value left to L to R into 2 parts. The left child will be responsible for this much. So go and build that pointer. Right side, build that pointer. This is the simple build logic. This is like an empty node. सब में देखो value सब new node है, 0. So all node has answer 1 and timestamp 0. सब timestamp 0 पे बने हुए नोड है अभी. अब मॉडिफाई करना चालू करेंगे. मॉडिफाई से पहले सिंपल गेट क्वेरी देख लेते हैं, बिकॉज इट्स अ वेरी सिंपल कोड. इफ इट्स एन इनवैलिड रेंज, रिटर्न 1. इफ इट्स अ एम्प्टी रेंज, इफ इट इज द लीफ नोड एंड दिस इज व्हाट यू आर लुकिंग फॉर, रिटर्न द आंसर. स्प्लिट, दोनों साइड से गेट प्रोडक्ट निकाल के लाओ and then multiply them together. Multiply with the modulo given in the problem. Standard segmentary. For every prime, we are maintaining this in a stack. So P for 2 सारे प्राइम्स के लिए है. उस पर सेव क्या हो रहा है? देखो P पे क्या पुशबैक क्या कर रहे हैं? कहीं पुशबैक कर रहे हैं इसमें. इस डिवाइडर पे पुशबैक कर रहे हैं. इस स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट पे उसका क्या पावर है? मतलब यहां से स्टार्ट करके 3 पावर है, यहां स्टार्ट करके 4 पावर है. सो जब तक अभी जिस पावर पे है, अभी जिस इंडेक्स को अपडेट कर रहे हैं, उसका जो पावर है that is bigger than what is there at the end of the stack. तो ये जो रेंज है, इसमें जो LCM था उसमें 2 to the power 3 ऐड मल्टीप्लाइड था, उसको 1 by that पावर से डिवाइड करके हटाओ. अब जब यहाँ पर 2 to the power 5 आ गया, राइट? सो यहाँ पर क्या 2 to the power 3 रहेगा. वी आर मेंटेनिंग द आंसर फॉर ऑल रेंजेस, तो ये पार्ट हमें हटाना पड़ेगा. सो फॉर द करेंट रूट वी आर रिमूविंग फ्रॉम where it started, like the second is storing the index. जैसे यहाँ पर index stored है, कहाँ से starting point है और क्या value था power का, वो power हटाना है. तो वो segmentary से 2 to the power 3 यहाँ से हटाओ, इतने part में से, मतलब इन सारे indexes में से, क्योंकि यहाँ पर 2 to the power 3 था, 2 to the power 4 था and so on. And फिर जो नया आया 5, उनको इस पूरे range पे multiply कर दो 2 to the power 5. That's all we need to do, no? अगर तुम ध्यान से सोचो, if we just deal with 2 primes and think about this problem, सिर्फ 2 and 5, right? अगर हमने सेगमेंट ट्री में सेव कर रखा है, सेगमेंट ट्री में क्या स्टोर्ड है कि यहाँ पर 2 to the power 3, 2 to the power 3, 2 to the power 3, 2 to the power 4, 2 to the power 4, 2 to the power 4, 2 to the power 6 into 5 to the power 1, 5 to the power 1, फिर से 2 इसको लेता है कुछ है. इन सब का प्रोडक्ट इस इंडेक्स पे सेव्ड है. तो क्या इस राइट पॉइंट के लिए मेरे पास मुझे कहीं तक का भी चाहिए तो मुझे मिल जाएगा LCM. हर पावर का मैक्स का प्रोडक्ट ही तो स्टोर करके रखा है सेगमेंट ट्री में. अब अगर मुझे दिखा कि नहीं, अब मुझे ये 2 to the power 3 हटाना है, तो इन नंबर्स में 2 to the power 3 डिवाइड कर दूंगा. डिवाइड तो कर ही सकते हैं ना, मतलब वो प्राइम का तो कर ही सकते हैं. तो जस्ट रिमूव दिस कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशन, रिमूव दिस, सब में 2 to the power 5, फिर पूरा 2 to the power 5 डाल दो. दैट्स जस्ट अ सिंगल सेगमेंट्री अपडेट. तो डिवाइड करना है और अपडेट करना है, बस वो कितना पावर डिवाइड करना है वही चीज़ निकाल रहे हैं. जो डिवाइड करना है फिर जिसको वापस ऐड करना है. फ्रैक्शन में क्या भेज रहे हैं, क्या डिवाइड करना है उसको, जो डिवाइड मतलब मॉडुलर डिवीजन होगा, ठीक है, जो डिवाइड करना है वो डिवाइड कर रहे हैं. हम लोग इन हर पोजीशन पे एक्चुअली वैल्यू नहीं रख रहे, इस जिस इंडेक्स पे ये पॉइंट चेंज हो रहा है, क्योंकि हमें तो किसी आर तक का चाहिए ना, तो हम रेंज क्वेरी कर लेंगे प्रोडक्ट। तो हमने क्या रखा है, इस पॉइंट पे क्या रखा है 2⁻³ इंटू 5⁻1। फिर इस पॉइंट पे क्या रखा है 2⁻1 एक एक्स्ट्रा और 5⁻1 एक एक्स्ट्रा, ताकि तुमको यहां से कहीं भी क्वेरी चाहिए, अगर यहां तक करोगे तो इनका ही प्रोडक्ट आएगा, यहां तक करेंगे तो इनका भी प्रोडक्ट आ जाएगा, तो अपने आप वो मल्टीप्लाई हो जाएंगे। और तुम्हें कभी भी कोई बोला डिवाइड करने के लिए कि अच्छा इसको हटाओ, तो हमको बस यही तो हटाना है इसमें से, और इसका 2⁻4 डाल देना है। तो जिस नंबर को हटाना है उसको डिवाइड किया। बाय द वे तुम्हें डिवाइड करने के लिए मॉड की भी जरूरत नहीं है, दोज नंबर्स विल बी परफेक्ट नंबर्स। तो डिवाइड करा, मल्टीप्लाई करा, जिस पोजीशन को अपडेट कर रहे हैं, इफ इट इज ऑन द लेफ्ट साइड तो लेफ्ट साइड का एक कॉपी, एक नया नोड बना रहे, ओल्ड वाला नोड है। अगर जो क्वेरी अभी कर रहे हैं वो टाइम अगर नया है तो नया नोड बनाना पड़ेगा, तो नया नोड बना रहे, उसमें पुराने सारे वैल्यूज डाल के बस टाइम को नया टाइम डाल के उसको मॉडिफाई करने बोल दे रहे कि उसको मॉडिफाई कर दो ऐसे करके, नहीं तो राइट साइड को ऐसे मॉडिफाई करो। एंड फाइनली हर नोड पे हम मल्टी प्रोडक्ट, दोनों लेफ्ट साइड राइट साइड का आंसर का प्रोडक्ट मर्ज करके रख रहे हैं। एंड यहाँ पर क्या कर रहे हैं, जो भी पार्ट्स है जिसको हटाना है हमें वो सब हटा के रखेंगे। एंड देन जिस जिस सेगमेंट पे हमें लाइक लग रहा है कि दिस सर्व्स द पर्पस ऑफ बोथ, हाउ डज दिस वर्क एंड हाउ टू बिल्ड प्रॉपर इम्प्लिसिट सेगमेंट्री। एंड अब तुम्हारे पास हर जब भी क्वेरी LR आ रहा है, उस R के पास तुम्हारे पास उसका रूट है बना हुआ, तुमने एक बार पहले सबको बना लिया, ऑल रूट हैज बीन बिल्ट। नाउ फॉर एवरी क्वेरी यू कैन गो टू दैट पर्टिकुलर रूट, query from L2 or what's the product. Time after every index the time is new. So after every new element we are changing the snap so that right. So after every R it's a new timer, so new segment tree for that R, because we want all the previous R's being saved, right? Because queries जब आएंगे तभी कर पाएंगे हम. Mostly I think a lot of student ask me कि ad hoc greedy इनमें थोड़ा problem हो रहा है ना? तो if I think about the greedy is mostly like a little separate from ad hoc and constructive. ठीक है, ये दोनों अलग है, ये दोनों अलग है. इस पे मोस्टली तीन ही आइडियाज़ के ऊपर क्वेश्चन बनते हैं. एक तो हो गया स्ट्रक्चरल आर्गूमेंट के ऊपर, एक हो गया सॉर्टिंग के ऊपर, जिसके एडवांस फॉर देयर इज समथिंग कॉल्ड एज एक्सचेंज आर्गूमेंट करके प्रूफ्स है, तुमने पढ़ा होगा कहीं तो भी. एक्सचेंज आर्गूमेंट प्रूव दैट अभी मैं जो कर रहा हूँ ये हमेशा बेटर होने वाला है, इवन फ्यूचर वट एवर आई डू इट गिव्स मी मोर ऑप्शन. इफ यू जस्ट प्रूव दैट वन ऑब्जर्वेशन इन दैट वन स्टेप तो वो प्रूव हो जाता है इंस्टेंट एंड देन यू यूज इट. ठीक है. एड हॉक में भी देयर आर लाइक मल्टीपल डिफरेंट आइडिया कंस्ट्रक्टिव में. जैसे एक तो रहता है बिट्स के ऊपर बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन बन जाते हैं, बिट रिलेटेड, बिट सी द बिट सेंस इन दैट प्रॉब्लम, राइट, बिट मैनिप्स के ऊपर. फिर एक रहता है डायमेंशंस के ऊपर कि कुछ तो भी मैट्रिक्स का डायमेंशन में कुछ छुपाया हुआ है, राइट, सम सॉर्ट ऑफ आइडियाज लाइक दैट एग्जिस्ट. फिर जैसे रिवर्स थे, मतलब बैक टू फ्रंट हो गया बेसिकली. तुम जैसे लाइक operations, there are sequences of operations, you see it from the reverse end, right? That is a very very common problem that you see in CF. Decoding operation वाला होता है, एक bit by bit thinking होता है essentially, that think in terms of bit from starting bit to last bit. Decode operations are like you have fixed, like there is something in the operation that doesn't change, invariant होते हैं उसके अंदर, या फिर there is something that keeps constant. It is always best to do it this way. तो operations के अंदर ही जो trick है छुपाया हुआ है essentially. That's probably some style. Prefix suffix observations are very common in CF. There is some property in the prefix that you have to see to observe the greedy या constructive क्या बनेगा उसमें, right? And think in reverse. Probably इसमें तुम्हारा 70-80% problem solve हो जाएगा. And 20% मतलब I think we spend too much time on like thinking about 20% कि मेरे से 10% question नहीं बन रहा है. पहले बाकी के इस topic के, so say this topic we can't solve 20% problem in chemistry जैसा, let's suppose. राइट, बाकी टॉपिक से करो ना, उसमें तो पॉसिबल है करना. एंड देन इसके 70-60 तक पहुंच जाओ, दैट्स गुड इनफ आई फील. सो दिस इज व्हाट यू कैन ऑल्सो हैव अ स्ट्रैटेजी. एंड वंस यू रीच देयर देन यू कैन थिंक कि अच्छा और कैसे इंप्रूव. समटाइम्स यू आर आस्क्ड लाइक देयर इज अ n×m ग्रिड एंड यू हैव टू पुट द एरोज इन सम वे, इन समथिंग हैपेंस. तो उसमें यही रहता है कि इट कैन ओनली हैपन व्हेन n and m बोथ आर ऑड, बोथ आर इवन. ऐसे प्रॉब्लम्स बहुत आए यार CF पे, आई एम प्रीटी श्योर. एनीवेज, ग्रिड इज नॉट टुडेज एजेंडा. सेगमेंट्री क्लियर हो गया ना? आई थिंक दिस इज अ प्लेस विल रैप फॉर टुडे. ओके, चलो फिर. थैंक्स एवरीवन.